Here's help. Personal magnetism. Eye contact. Your eyes are so important in radiating and projecting your personal magnetism that we shall devote the next several chapter lessons to eye magnetism. In this chapter, eye contact. Your eyes are the windows of your mind. Your mind can look through your eyes into the eyes and minds of others. Others can use their eyes to look through your eyes into your mind. In personal magnetism, you must look directly and deeply into the eyes of others. This is eye contact, and, skillfully used, can be a terrific magnetic towel. As you will learn in later chapters, personal magnetism is a composite of many factors, physical, mental, emotional, and each factor, skillfully used as taught, will be a part of your magnetic personality. Probably, your eyes are the most important, because your eyes are your most effective way to communicate your personal magnetism to a selected person or to a group. Unless you communicate your personal magnetism to others, you cannot attract them to you. The most effective way to communicate personal magnetism is through eye contact. It is eye contact which is the channel through which magnetic attraction flows from you to another and from another to you. Without direct and deep eye contact, magnetic attraction is so difficult that it is greatly diminished, if not impossible. Eye contact is established by looking directly and deeply into the eyes of another. Important. Look directly and deeply. Do not stare. Do not glare. And do not aimlessly gaze. Look directly and deeply. Practice by looking into your own eyes in a mirror. First impress on yourself what not to do. Stare at your own eyes in the mirror. Glare at your own eyes in the mirror. The negative impression you will get will emphatically teach you not to stare or glare at another, especially into his or her eyes. Then gaze aimlessly at your own eyes in the mirror. You will see reflected a memorable example of not projecting personal magnetism. Now, by looking into your mirror, look directly and deeply into your eyes. Looking directly is easy, although it is almost always neglected in real life where indifference and aimlessness open no magnetic channels. But be careful not to stare as you look directly. Simply, forthrightly, look directly. Do not overdo it. Looking deeply may require some practice. Then, practice. Practice looking deeply, without staring, into your own eyes in the mirror. Get the feel of looking deeply. Practice looking away from your mirror and then looking back into it and instantly looking directly and deeply into your eyes. Practice looking more deeply, and more deeply, and more deeply. But do not use a fixed intense stare. It is very important that you learn to look directly and deeply into the eyes of others, because this is the all-important eye contact which communicates your personal magnetism, your magnetic power to attract. Of course, you have to have personal magnetism in order to communicate it, and that will be taught in following chapters. But this chapter on eye contact has been put first because it is what you need to know and use to project and radiate the increasing personal magnetism you will acquire from the following chapters. Through eye contact you can begin immediately to use each method as you learn it. The preceding methods apply primarily to eye contact with individuals, but they can in a more general manner be applied to eye contact in speaking to groups. In projecting and radiating personal magnetism in speaking to groups and even large audiences, you must look directly and deeply into their eyes. Do not speak to your audience as a group of people. Speak directly and personally to your audience as individuals, and look directly and deeply into their eyes continuously throughout your speech. Do not read your speech. Do not speak from notes, except from a brief outline, hand-printed so large that you can refer to it at a glance if you absolutely must. It will help you, reassure you, convince you of the absolute necessity of looking directly and deeply into the eyes of others, if you will study the use of eye contact by watching the eyes and eye contact of the actors, actresses, highly paid personalities, and leading commercial announcers on television. Do not pay attention to what they are saying, concentrate intensely on their use of eye contact. You will learn quickly by watching actual demonstrations of eye contact. The television daytime serials, full-length movies, the top stars on television spectaculars, and the really good, big-name commercial announcers enable you to see continuous demonstrations of how the real process in projecting personal magnetism through eye contact. Do it by looking directly and deeply into the eyes of others. Make a thorough study of these continuous television demonstrations of eye contact. And as you study the use of eye contact by each top performer, remember that he or she is attracting millions of viewers and attracting millions of dollars. That is personal magnetism.